About 6 months ago, I was in a total rut. I was working too hard. I was not taking care of my health. I was putting things off. I had worked my ass off for 18 months trying to get through the lockdowns and keep my business moving forward. And I was just running out of steam. And I wouldn't call it burnout, but I felt like time was just passing and every day felt the same and I just didn't care. Okay, so maybe it was burnout, but I called it being in a rut. You know that feeling when you just hate everything and you hate everybody and problems happen and you don't even care to fix them? That is what I call a rut. Now, the good news is, as an adult, you've been around this block before and you come up with these little tips and tricks and strategies to get yourself out of a rut and get yourself back on your feet. I like to think about it like a spinning bike set at level 10 resistance. So you get on that bike and you have to push really hard to get the thing moving just one crank. And then once you get it going for one crank, you push hard and you get it going for two. And then you don't have to push as hard and the thing just keeps going. And eventually you're up off the seat and you're dancing along with the class and you're yelling out Rihanna lyrics. Or is that just me? Well, the point is this: you got to work really hard to get the momentum so that you can get moving. And then once you get moving, then the really good stuff starts to happen. So today I want to share the 4 steps that I went through from the easy stuff all the way to the life-changing stuff that will help you get out of a rut. First, the easy stuff. There are 4 things I do just in the first 2 or 3 days that are pretty easy, but help get that flywheel going. So the first one is just taking a shower. Now, you'd be shocked at how you neglect your personal hygiene when things aren't going well. Maybe you skip a couple of days, maybe you forget some deodorant, you don't wash your hair, whatever. I find that just taking a shower and cleaning myself, brushing my teeth, it just makes me feel better, right? And that little bit of momentum will get you doing the next thing. So get up, take a shower. Next thing I would do is clean my desk or clean my room or clean my car. And it's just, again, these little wins that you can do that once you see that you have a clean desk, it's just like this little celebration. Before I decided to film these videos, I cleaned up my desk just to make sure that I had that sort of momentum going. The next thing I would do is I would walk to work or walk to school. So basically replace some sort of driving with walking. All of my best ideas come out when I'm walking. And it's just this momentum of moving your feet. It gets your brain going, and I'm pulling out my phone, I'm writing things down, I'm calling friends. It's just a way to get you moving. Last of the easy stuff is drink 40 ounces of water. So this is about 1/3 of a gallon. You would be surprised at how much of your bad mood is related to you just being dehydrated. And if you just drink a little more water, then you will find that your mood starts to improve because you don't actually recognize the signs of dehydration until your mood tanks, you start getting cramps, or you start to get actually thirsty. And by then it's too late. Be surprised what a little bit of water will do. Okay, so we've gotten through the easy stuff. We've gotten through those first 1 to 3 days. Now it's time to step it up. So from day 3 to day 10, you're gonna do the medium stuff. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get myself a journal and I'm gonna write for 10 minutes every single day. So I just set a timer and just write anything that comes into my mind for 10 minutes. Usually I'll write down whatever I'm worried about or whatever I'm excited about, right? So once that 10 minutes is done, you're then gonna write down any tasks that are on your mind. So anything that you've been putting off, any emails you need to respond to, whatever it is, these tasks ideally should be 10 minutes or less tasks, but just write down any tasks that are on your mind, a full complete list. You'd be surprised. It'll only take you like 3 to 5 minutes and you maybe have 15 or 20 tasks. It's not an endless list. The weight of the world is not resting on your shoulder. Only like 10 or 15 things are. So you write all those down and then you start doing them. Like you start doing 2 of those 10-minute tasks. Right, so this is like first thing in the morning or first thing after you have a cup of coffee. You've written for 10 minutes, you've written all your tasks, and then you get the first 2 of them done. So the first 30, 40 minutes of your day, you're already making progress. And then the last thing I would do is create a streak of doing the 2 things above. So what that means is that you can write this in your journal or write it on a calendar. Every day that you do a journal, you're gonna put a tick mark next to that. You did the journal that day. Every day you do your tasks, you're gonna tick mark next to that. And eventually at the end of 10 days, you will have somewhere between 7 and 10 tick marks. And if you do that, then you have built a streak, and that streak gives you momentum that you can then take into doing harder things. Next comes the hard stuff. So you're gonna do these from day 10 to day 40. So this is 30 days you're gonna get this stuff done. And this is really where the rubber meets the road, because I find if I do these 3 things, then I will be out of that rut and I will stay out of it for a long time. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to work out. For me, that means doing some weightlifting, running, that kind of thing. For you, it might mean jump rope, kettlebells, whatever it is. You're gonna do some sort of workout. This is purposeful movement. I like to hold myself to at least 30 minutes of purposeful movement every single day for those next 30 days. The second thing is you're going to eat well. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can define eating well. For me, it means cutting out sugar and cutting out alcohol. In fact, for most of you watching this, if you just cut out sugar and alcohol and you just eat food that does not come out of a box or a bag, then you will be eating better than most people. The last thing is get up early. Between 5 and 6 a.m. I like to push it to 5 a.m. if I can, but if you need to sleep a little bit longer, you go to bed later, then 6 a.m. is great. But here's the thing, you wanna get out of a rut, you have to keep that momentum that you've developed, and you're gonna be more motivated to get up early and do more before everyone else gets up. Work out, eat right, and get up early. Those are the hard things, and that leads you to the truly life-changing things. Last is the life-changing stuff. So you've done this for 30 days, 40 days, and now you're really ready to step it up. What you want to do at this point when you have momentum is make changes that are going to last for a long time. These are the positive changes that you can only make when you're feeling confident and you're feeling like life is going well. You can't make these decisions when you're in a rut. So the 3 things I always consider when I have momentum is, number 1, eliminating energy drains. Anything where you are wasting your time, any people that are wasting your time, any activities that are wasting your time, anything you're doing because you feel obligated to do it. Now, when you're feeling confident, that's the time to get rid of it. So evaluate how you're spending your time. Look at your calendar. Look at where you put things off because you wasted time doing other things. Look at all the people in your life. Think about the people that are bringing you headaches. Look back on your journal and see which people are bringing you pain every single day and eliminate them. This is really hard to do when you're in a rut, but when you have momentum, it is easier to make those decisions and make those hard pushes, because when you eliminate that stuff and it doesn't bother you, it keeps you out of the rut. The second one is changing your environment. I generally will only move house or move countries or do something like that when I'm feeling momentum. I don't like to do it from a place of scarcity, so I always take care of the rest of my life before I make any big changes like changing my environment. If you've always thought about moving across the country or moving to Europe or moving from Europe to California, then now's the time to do it, because you can make this one-time decision that will change your life forever while you have momentum. So the last thing that I always do whenever I have momentum, I usually do this once a month, is remind myself of my mission and recommit to a goal around my mission. If you don't have a mission, if you don't have a reason to wake up in the morning, you need to find one. And maybe this is where you start to explore why you're waking up in the morning. For me, my mission is I use my curiosity and optimism to inspire people to live a better life. When I have momentum, when I'm not in a rut, I feel called to that mission and I recommit to all the goals around that mission. This channel here wouldn't happen if I wasn't on that mission. So this is a great chance when you're feeling that momentum to recommit to the mission and double down on the goals you have around it. The key to living a happy, successful life is to get past these down times, get out of that rut as fast as you can. Use these 4 steps and it will help you get momentum so you can make the big changes you need to make in the world. If you're new to this channel, my name is Jay. This channel features 1 to 2 videos a week on topics around business, health, personal development, books, and other fun experiments in life. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Stay focused, stay curious, and keep showing up. We'll see you in the next one.